common plant used in traditional Chinese medicine, as well as in jams for its sweet flavour. Sea buckthorn is a thorny, berry-filled bush found in Central Asia and Europe. Thanks to its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compounds, it has potential applications such as promoting skin health, improving dry eye syndrome, and preventing heart disease. Although the evidence is limited, preliminary results suggest it has health benefits. It has a high abundance of antioxidant chemicals, vitamins, and flavonoids. The vitamin A helps to maintain healthy teeth and bones. The B12 helps with energy production and red blood cell formation. The vitamin C promotes wound healing, healthy teeth and gums, and the vitamin E helps in red blood cells. The vitamin K is crucial for blood clotting. The lycopene is an antioxidant that protects the DNA and proteins. Potassium is needed for fluid balance and muscle function. Calcium promotes the healthy bones, teeth, and keeps the blood pressure constant. The magnesium is needed for making proteins and the immune system healthy. Iron is needed to carry oxygen around the body, and the phosphorus maintains the body's pH. There's numerous flavonoids present also, like hippothiocydes, hippofins, catechins, epicatechins, gallocatechins, and epigallocatechins. It also contains fatty acids like palmitic acid, oleic acid, and linoleic acid. The flavonoids have a high free radical scavenging activity, and this contributes to sea buckthorn's protection against oxidative stress. This can help with wounds, ulcers, inflammation, and stress-induced conditions. The compounds found in the sea buckthorn, such as messenger molecules produced from the fatty acids, and the vitamins, help to ease the inflammation and to repair tissue. It has a high content of antioxidant compounds, vitamins, and minerals. It can improve skin health and wound healing. It can reduce the risk of heart disease, improve dry eye syndrome, protect the organs from oxidative and inflammatory damage, and there's few mild adverse effects reported. In a clinical trial on 151 burn patients, soaking their bandage with sea buckthorn increased the pain relief, and it sped up the skin regrowth around the wound. In a small trial on 12 healthy people, an oral sea buckthorn berry extract quickly increased the mobilization of stem cells involved in the tissue repair and regeneration. Similarly, topical sea buckthorn leaf extract helped to speed up the healing process of the skin wounds in albino rats. The extract decreased the wound size and increased the production of wound healing proteins. Injected sea buckthorn extract improved the recovery of tendon injuries in rats by promoting muscle fiber alignment and collagen deposition. Sea buckthorn components can help to smooth skin, reduce aging and dryness, treat frostbite and sun damage, and soothe irritation. Topically applied sea buckthorn oil increased the skin thickness and helped to speed up the healing process of deep cuts in mice. In a clinical trial on 49 people with eczema or atopic dermatitis, the oral supplementation also improved the dermatitis symptoms. In a small trial on 23 healthy men, sea buckthorn extract lowered blood fat levels after a meal. Its high fiber and polyphenol content were considered responsible for the effect. In another trial on 80 overweight women, dried sea buckthorn berries lowered the blood levels of triglycerides and VLDL cholesterol. The sea buckthorn also lowered the LDL. However, the sea buckthorn extract increased blood levels of flavonoids like quercetin, kaempferol, and isohamnotin, but it had no effect on the blood fats in 2 trials on over 200 healthy people. In rats who were fed a high-sugar diet, the extract lowered the blood pressure and reduced the heart damage through its antioxidant activity. The oral sea buckthorn oil prevented platelets from clumping together, possibly reducing the risk of heart disease from blood clots in a small trial on 12 people. In a clinical trial on 86 people, oral sea buckthorn oil fixed cold weather-induced dry eye symptoms by reversing the high level of particle concentrations on the tear film in the eye. However, another trial on 100 people found the oil had no effect on the fatty acid proportion of the tissue. The authors proposed that the improvements due to the sea buckthorn oil might be due to its effects on inflammation and eyelid gland development. The fatty acids in sea buckthorn seed and the pulp reduce stress-induced dry eyes in mice by increasing tear secretion, with the pulp oil having a much stronger effect. In a clinical trial on 120 children with indigestion or functional dyspepsia, a treatment with sea buckthorn extract improved appetite by increasing the levels of leptin and neuropeptide Y, and it increased stomach emptying and digestive function better than a drug for stomach and bowel motility. This resulted in their increased growth and development. In a clinical trial on 50 people with liver cirrhosis, sea buckthorn extract reduced tissue scar, and it improved liver function in 30 of the patients. In mice with liver cirrhosis, the sea buckthorn extract also reduced the severity of the disease. The seed oil was more effective than the berry oil. In chickens who were poisoned with the toxin aflatoxin B1, the sea buckthorn berry oil prevented the buildup of the toxin in the liver, and it reduced the markers of inflammation, cell death, and cancer. In a pilot study on 28 people with kidney disease or idiopathic nephrotic syndrome, a herbal preparation with sea buckthorn improved the symptoms of swelling, lack of appetite, and low urination, as well as reducing the inflammatory cytokines in the blood and proteins in the urine after 3 months. In Japanese quail, sea buckthorn leaf powder protected the kidney tissues from damage caused by the toxin ochratoxin A. In a clinical trial on over 200 elderly people, both healthy and with Alzheimer's, a formulation with the extract of sea buckthorn leaves and berries, Bacopa monnieri, and Dioscorea bulbiferea, improved word recall, attention span, mood, and inflammatory and oxidative markers. Sea buckthorn leaf extract protected the brain against oxidative damage, and it reversed scopolamine-induced brain destruction in rats. In a clinical trial on over 100 postmenopausal women with vaginal dryness, itching, or burning, oral sea buckthorn oil improved the symptoms by protecting the vaginal lining from thinning. In a small trial on 80 healthy people, sea buckthorn berries reduced and delayed blood glucose and insulin spikes after a meal with added sugar. The sea buckthorn extract also lowered blood sugar and fat levels in healthy mice. In a clinical trial on over 250 healthy volunteers, sea buckthorn berry extract reduced the levels of an inflammatory marker, CRP. In rats with arthritis, an injected dose of sea buckthorn extract greatly reduced the amount of swelling, inflammation, and immune cell proliferation in the joints. Leaf extract lowered pro-inflammatory cytokines and enzymes. In a clinical trial on 30 children with type 1 diabetes, a dietary supplement with sea buckthorn and blueberry slightly improved the antioxidant status by increasing glutathione peroxidase activity. In mice, a sea buckthorn leaf extract protected against chromium-induced oxidative stress. Alcoholic extracts from the sea buckthorn leaf and fruit protected mouse cells against oxidative stress caused by a chemical called sodium nitroprusside. Chemicals in the extract slowed down the free radical production. Seed and pulp of the sea buckthorn oil significantly protected rats from artificially induced ulcers. In another rat study, the sea buckthorn bark accelerated the repair of the stomach lining. It also reduced the size and the severity of ulcer damage compared to the control group. In horses, sea buckthorn berry and pulp only prevented ulcers in those who were housed in stalls and fed intermittently. A constituent of the sea buckthorn extract protected rats against whole-body radiation. The extract led to an 82% survival rate, compared to a 0% survival rate in the control group. In cell-based studies, the sea buckthorn extract protected against DNA damage caused by radiation. It acted as an antioxidant, promoted DNA strand linking, and prevented DNA link breakage. Sea buckthorn extract boosted chicks' immune system and decreased the effects of a toxin that suppresses the immune system. Fiber glucomannan combined with sea buckthorn had an additive effect. Its oil increased natural killer cell counts and activity in rats who were subjected to chronic stress. Sea buckthorn leaf extract stopped the growth of a variety of potentially infectious bacteria like E. coli, Salmonella, Shigella, Streptococcus pneumonia, and Staphylococcus aureus in test tubes. In mice, the sea buckthorn berry extract blocked the growth of tumours in the stomach and the skin of mice. It promoted the activity of anti-cancer proteins that limit abnormal cell growth and promote cell death. Sea buckthorn juice slowed tumour growth in mouse organs, and it extended their lifespan from an average of 195 days to 270 days. Sea buckthorn juice reduced the number of genetic abnormalities caused by the chemotherapeutic drug cisplantin in both mouse sperm and bone marrow cells. Since sea buckthorn can lower blood pressure, it can cause blood pressure to drop too low. The use of sea buckthorn can slow blood clotting and should therefore be avoided in patients with cuts, deep injuries, or who are scheduled for surgery. Chronic use of sea buckthorn can cause a yellow staining of the skin, as was seen in the case of a 45-year-old that used the product regularly for 6 months. There's not enough evidence available for the use of sea buckthorn as a medicine during pregnancy. You should use caution or contact a doctor and be wary of any hypersensitivity or allergy you might experience when consuming the plant. For more on herbs, supplements, and natural treatment plans, check out my website.